Hi ladies, so I thought that, why do I start off every video with so? First of all, let's get that out the way, okay? No more so today. Let me tell you what happened during my 2-week wait. Let's just start off with that, okay? The whole 2-week wait was just madness, okay? It was madness because, first of all, I gave y'all wrong information like I always do because I don't keep notes. And Fertility Friend, like, it doesn't show you like the days past ovulation or nothing because I'm not paying for it. I have the free version, so I count the days, and then when I tell you all, it's always like a day or so off. So you have to just excuse me, okay, for always giving y'all the wrong information. But it's kind of right. It's the right but wrong information, okay? It's the right information but the wrong days. Let's just say that. Okay, so during this 2-week wait, here are all the things that have happened. Okay, so the day of trigger, my temperature dropped and I had some cramps. So I thought I ovulated on that day, but I wasn't for sure because I didn't do OPKs. So I just assumed, hey, I'm ovulating the day I'm doing my trigger, which we baby danced the day of trigger, the day after trigger, and then the second day after trigger, which is when I took the pregnancy test and it was positive. So yeah, so because I'm looking at my chart too, so I'm just like going back and forth. So just excuse my eyes because they may look cross-eyed because I can look at myself or you guys, the little circle, or the computer, whatever. So one day past trigger, I had mild cramps and I took notes too, and a slight rise in my temperature. So I'm like, okay, cool, that's what I want to see. And then 2 days past trigger, I had light breast tenderness. I was constipated like crazy, so I thought, let me test this trigger shot and see if it was actually working. So I took a pregnancy test, and it was super positive. The only problem was when I looked at my Fertility Friend chart, my temps were not rising. They were like flat. So I had 3 days worth of the same temperatures because on 3 days past trigger, I started my progesterone, and then I noticed that I was sleepy because you're supposed to do it at bedtime, which I did. I did it at 10 o'clock and I was sleepy, and I had this nasty taste in my mouth. Like 15 minutes after I inserted the pill vaginally, I had this nasty taste in my mouth. Luckily for DPO, I didn't have the taste and I wasn't sleepy, but I had some sharp cramps in the morning and then mild cramps near the evening. And then for DPO, I believe, well, not DPO, DPT, is when my temperature started to rise. So the day after I took my first progesterone pill, was it the first? Yeah, it started to rise. So, and I could be wrong about the days. Trigger 1, 2, 3. Okay, yeah, 4 days past trigger. See, I'm all over the place, y'all. 4 days past trigger, my temp started to rise. So then I was like, okay, maybe I didn't ovulate on cycle day 11. Maybe it was cycle day 14. So I just waited to see if Fertility Friend would give me my crosshairs. So 5 to 6 days past trigger, nothing. I didn't have any sore breasts, no cramps. I wasn't tired, no nasty taste, no constipation, nothing. I was completely normal. And let's see, 7 days past trigger is when I actually took the second pregnancy test. Not 8 days, it was 7, and it was positive, but it was lighter, so I knew that the trigger shot was leaving my system. But I also had like a very huge temp drop, and I'm going to show you guys my chart after I talk about the symptoms. I'll show you my chart, but it dropped. Like, I thought, okay, wow, I could be implanting right now because it was like a major drop. Then I didn't test 8 days past trigger, but 9 days past trigger I tested because I had minor cramps and I wanted to see if the test would stay positive or turn negative. And as you guys saw in the video, it was negative. And then 10 to 12 DPO. The test was still negative, but I had heavy sore breasts. They were heavy and sore. So I thought, okay, maybe I can give it just a little bit more time. Because at that point, I just like, either this could be the progesterone or I'm pregnant. So that's when you guys saw me. The last test I took was 12 days past trigger, and it was still negative. And then I tested 13 through 14. They were still negative. And my breasts were heavy as well. Okay, so it was negative. So at that point, I just kind of figured that I'm not pregnant. All my tests are negative. So let me just call my doctor and maybe we can try IUI. So 14 days past trigger is when I had my last progesterone pill. I did not take it 15, 16, 17, 18, up until 18 DPO. Not DPO, days past trigger. So 14 days past trigger, possible 11 DPO, I stopped my progesterone. And then I got my period at 15 days past ovulation, 18 days past trigger. So it took about 4 days after I stopped the progesterone for my period to begin. And then my period was actually pretty weird because it only lasted a good 2.5 days. And it was really heavy. And then I had this big, I know this will be a little bit TMI, but hey, we're all women, right? The majority of us, I guess. It was like a big blood. It wasn't a clot, because clots are like big and circle, but it was like this long stringy blood. I was in the shower and it came out, and I picked it up and I'm like, oh my god, it was like white. It was little, I don't know what it was. I just thought it was like my lining being real thick, but it was more than just tissue. So I thought maybe I had a miscarriage, because the way it looked to me, it just looked like maybe it tried to implant and grow, but it didn't, and that's the cause of all the negative. Or maybe it could just be me, just that's normal after, you know, Clomid. Somebody comment below and tell me if like that's normal after Clomid. Whoever takes Clomid or get the trigger shot, and let me know if that is normal, because I had 2 mature eggs and I think both of them released, because the second day of my period was also heavy, and then the second one came out of me while I was on the toilet. And then I thought, okay, maybe those were my 2 babies. And I know it sounds weird, but I haven't been pregnant in almost 9 years. So for me, all of this is new. I've never had to take any medication. I don't really know what's going on with my body, so that's new. And then the 3rd day, because I think I'm on cycle day 4 right now. Am I? Give me 1 second. I'm just gonna look real quick. I'm on cycle day 4. And so I put heavy medium, because after the blood clot failed, it was just like real light and medium. It wasn't as heavy as the first day. Then the 3rd day, which was yesterday, it was very light. It turned brown, then it turned pink again, and then it was light. So I counted as light. And today, I'm spotting. So my period actually was like 2.5 to 3 days, and then now I'm spotting. So yeah, that's what happened. And I'm on my 2nd day of Clomid, because I started it yesterday. So I'm restarting the cycle all over again, and this time we are going to do IUI, and I hope that it works this time. I really, really do hope, because this has been like a roller coaster, and I was so emotional throughout the whole thing. I didn't snap on anybody. I was just mad when there wasn't any ice cream, or I was always craving salty stuff. I didn't want anything sweet. It was so disgusting. I just wanted fast food, salty stuff. So, and I know I don't have low iron, because I was tested for it and my iron is perfect. But last time I was pregnant with my son, they did tell me the reason why I was craving so much starch and salt was because my iron was low. But they didn't say that this time around, so who knows, maybe when I get pregnant, you know, the baby sucked the iron out of me or something. But yeah, so that was my Clomid journey, number 1, and now we're on to number 2. So hit subscribe if you're not subscribed, and just so you can be informed about what's going on as far as my journey. We have been getting ready to be 6 years if it doesn't happen by September. I think it's September. My anniversary is in October, so 6 years in September, I believe. And yeah, it's been a long time. It's been a long, long, long time. So we are trying to get a baby in me, okay? So thank you, and I will see you guys next week. Bye.